Hello and welcome to Secrets of Organ Playing podcast.
This is a show dedicated to helping you become a better organist.
We're your hosts, Vidas
And Aušra Motuzaitė Pinkevičienė.
We have over 25 years of experience of playing the organ.
And we've been teaching thousands of organists online from 89 countries since 2011.
So now let's jump in and get started with the podcast for today.
We hope you'll enjoy it.
Hi guys, this is Vidas.
And Aušra.
Let's start episode 709 of Secrets of Organ Playing podcast. This question was sent by Thinh. And Thinh writes, "Hello Vidas, just let you know that I'm new to the organ. However, I had 3+ years in studying classical piano when I was young. I had been working on playing foot pedals for a few weeks, first lesson on Pedal Virtuoso Master Course, and not sure if it is too hard for me. Still have some difficulty coordinating playing both hands and both feet. However, I started making some progress by following your instructions of separating practice. Right hand, right and left, right and pedal, left and pedal. I pay more attention on left hand and pedal. I also work on the easy pieces such as Lemmens Methode. I recently had these instruments at home, Hammond SK Pro and Nord Pedals 27. I'm thinking of trading for this as well due to its longer pedal. Thanks a lot for your help, Thinh." So it's very nice that Thinh is getting new pedals with 2 octaves range, which will be probably longer than Nord pedal keys. Remember Nord? We have Nord.
We do?
Yes. Our portable Hauptwerk setup, pedals, which only are that small.
But it only has 2 octaves, yes?
2 octaves, 27 keys, yes. And you can only play with your toes. Remember, I played many times.
I remember
in
you
the garden.
Piano trio sonata.
Even trio sonata. But it takes a lot of skill. And of course, regular size pedals are much more convenient to play if you are, playing chromatic music. So that's the idea probably. Nord pedal keys has 27 keys, which is from bass C to first octave D. And this Hammond SK pedal board is probably a little bit less, up to C, middle C. But a lot of music can be played without that upper D.
I think it's quite sufficient, to have.
For the beginners especially.
Yes, such pedal board at home. You can do a lot of things with it and play a lot of repertoire. Both Baroque and Romantic and modern.
So let's discuss a little bit what he is struggling with. He is testing Pedal Virtuoso Master Course and not sure if it's too hard for him. Obviously, Pedal Virtuoso requires playing pedal scales, arpeggios with your feet. That's the main idea of becoming flexible in your ankles and getting to know all kinds of passages with your feet.
But that's a brave step for a beginner, because at the beginning, if you are at basic level, maybe this course might be a little bit too hard.
Yeah, but you know what is missing for me, if I'm reading Thinh's question correctly, is that I don't see any music except easy pieces from the Lemmens Methode. I think you should focus a little bit more on making music.
Well, that's true, but some people enjoy playing exercises and skills and arpeggios, and I also enjoyed playing scales when I was still back at school. And I liked exams of scales. Each year we had technical exam. One technical exam where we would not play repertoire, only play scales, chords, arpeggios in various manners. And I loved it because I wasn't afraid of forgetting text, which was my constant worry in other exams.
Yeah, interesting. When you play from memory, those difficult pieces on the piano, it's really easy to forget where you are playing in the score, and easy to sleep.
Yes, especially when you start learning them to memorize them, 1 week before exam.
But when you're playing scales, it's all set. You know what the next note will be, right? From the beginning until the top, and then back down.
Yes, and you can repeat them many times, so it's some sort of meditation too. So it's nice, but of course I'm not playing scales for many years already.
Why?
I don't need that.
Why don't you need scales today?
Because I'm playing repertoire, I neither have time nor no need for it,
You have different goals, right?
Yes, but I think maybe like some pedal course wouldn't hurt really.
Pedal Virtuoso Master Course?
Maybe. Yes, that could be helpful.
Yeah, you could record some videos playing with pedals. That would be nice
Yeah.
for people to demonstrate.
Mm-hmm.
For lady organists, I could do it for men, and you could do it for ladies.
Yeah, that man could criticize me as we constantly do.
I know, that's very frustrating sometimes. So, yeah, going back to his question, or their question, we don't know exactly who Thinh is. I think it's a good idea to separating practice into separate combinations, right hand alone, left hand alone, pedals alone, right? And then two-part combinations, and then all parts together. What else could be included in such practice, Osha?
Well, I think this is the best advice, to play in the combinations. I don't think anybody, found out by now any new ways of playing the organ and improving. Because this slow work in combinations really helps.
If you are thinking, let's say, how we teach at Undamaris Organ Studio every week, our students, a small community of students from Vilnius University, do you think that all of them are playing such combinations?
Definitely not. Definitely not.
And those who don't, would they improve, do you think?
No, we don't improve. Or at least we improve, a little bit, but not as much as I wish for them to improve. But those who works as we suggest, we are improving.
So if they would start practicing more those combinations, or even single parts, do you think they would progress much faster?
Definitely, yes. I'm not so sure about, playing, let's say, single voice. Of course, if you are really a beginner, then you need to do it. But if you are already, playing for second or third or fourth year, then you don't maybe have to do that. But to play two voice at the time, that's a great idea. Always do the right hand pedals and left hand pedals. That way, you still, because usually people struggling with pedal playing, because most of us begin as piano players, not as organists, as a children at the young age. So, we are really lacking good pedal technique when we begin practice on the organ. But that way, when you play in combinations, it gives you sort of advancement for your pedal part, because you play left and pedal, right and pedal, so you play pedals twice, and it gives a chance to improve.
Definitely, and it depends also on the difficulty of the music that you're playing. Some of the melodies don't require a single voice practices, and some do. Some passages at least do. Yeah, but I also think that practice tempo is also very important. Not to play too fast when you're practicing, even in those combinations.
Yes,
Otherwise, people end up making mistakes.
and it's very hard to correct your mistakes, so better not make them. That way it will be easier for you to learn the piece.
You know what I also noticed, that people don't know when they're making mistakes, right?
Well, yeah.
When you're teaching and I are teaching, or you're teaching and I'm just listening, for example, from the side, we do hear people make mistakes, right? And we stop them and tell them this is how it should be, or how you could correct it, and they still make the same mistakes. I'm talking, very rare examples, but they still happen. My theory is that I don't know, this could be improved if they listened to themselves playing from the recording.
Yes, recording your practice is always a good way, to learn. Because when you play and listen for yourself, you really don't hear yourself as you would be playing and somebody would listen you from outside.
Right. So good advice for synth would be to record your practices or in audio, or even sometimes in video, but audio is most important probably in this case, and then listen it back and judge this recording very critically. See if this is acceptable for let's say other people to hear, right? Or would you enjoy if somebody posted such video on YouTube, and you would listen to such level of playing of anybody else, if this is acceptable to you? So then you would judge your own playing more critically, I think.
That's a very good advice.
Maybe, because we all tend to listen to organ music, either on the internet or from CDs, and we do know when the piece is played well, right? But the problem is we don't know when we are playing well sometimes. So if we record our practice and listen to it as a CD recording by somebody else, we might end up critiquing ourselves more objectively.
Yes, and don't despair, because at the beginning you might really be disappointed with how you sound from the side. But it will improve with time.
All right, so this is a good advice for Thinh and others who are struggling with the same thing. Basically, beginners on the organ, but having a few years on classical piano training, even after a few decades have passed since the childhood, right? All right, so stay tuned for our other advices and podcast segments, and remember, when you practice,
Miracles happen.
This podcast is supported by Total Organist, the most comprehensive organ training program online.
It has hundreds of courses, coaching, and practice materials for every area of organ playing, thousands of instructional videos and PDFs. You will not find more value anywhere else online.
Total Organist helps you to master any piece, perfect your technique, develop your sight reading skills, improvise or compose your own music, and much, much more.
Sign up and begin your training today at organduo.lt and click on Total Organist. And of course, you will get the first month free too. You can cancel anytime.
If you like our organ music, you can also support us on Buy Me a Coffee platform.
Find out more at buymeacoffee.com/organduo.